coming over to the US and feeling the Australian defence.
Can you tell us a little bit about the program that you run in Tokyo?
In Tokyo, I run a program for basically for Japanese kids, not necessarily for only for Japanese kids, but I run a football academy in Japan, teaching football, but not only football, English as well, getting to learn English to create more of a global footballer. Not because Japan people are doing very good, but some players struggle when they go overseas, language-wise, they don't communicate as well as others do when they travel.
Which is, I guess, a missing link. Actually, now you look at the number of Japanese players that are moving, is moving to England as well. It's only Japanese wanting to go abroad. It seems like a logical idea. It's strange almost at the moment to have this thought before.
I'm sure someone, tried to do it. It's very hard to find a Japanese coach who can speak English and have them in a foreign country. I mean, a lot of Japanese coaches can coach football. There are people that teach English, obviously in Japan, obviously cannot teach football. So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have this idea, but to put it on the onto the field is very hard because you don't have that coach that can do both. But hopefully in the future, more coaches, or even these academy kids when they grow up older, come 20, 30, and they become one of the coaches. They want to go PhD, like whole coaching class, academy PhD coaches.
What kind of players do you try to produce?
Obviously, as a footballer, they might become better footballers, but as a person, I learned a lot when I played here in Australia, also in Switzerland and Germany. Players that I respect the most, not just they're good footballers, they're great as a personality, as a first-class human being as well, So I want to see footballers like that, and plus on top of that, they can communicate, in English and obviously with other languages. Not only helping football-wise, but if they go to, work, it's easier for them to get jobs, basically. You learn a lot. I learned a lot through football and through playing in different countries, so I want to experience different things.
We're talking about the coaching. Japan and Australia are the only two nations in Asia that are actually allowed to run their own coaching courses by the AFC. All the other nations must do the AFC specific courses. So it's a good endorsement of both the systems and structures in Japan and in Australia. What is so good about the Japanese system? Because we see continually technically gifted players, particularly these one-to-mutual players that they're not such a production line coming out. What's so good? What have the Japanese got right in their coaching?
I think if the Australian football Federation, football and Japanese football can mix with each other, because obviously Japanese football, they have good midfielders, they have defenders and strikers with good technique, but they don't necessarily have that toughness or the physical side of the Australian game. So obviously the Australian can learn from the Japanese side, you said, from the coaches. They do override training sessions. Maybe that's the thing, they got it right, but maybe they do too much sometimes. They used to rely too much on the technique. They should do the brothers, in Australia doing the more technical, training sessions. You see Australian players use technique here, and when you combine the two, you have a team that can match the rest of the world. But Japan alone itself cannot match the world. They'll go close to going to maybe top 16 in the World Cup. Australia they'll go to top 16, but to be in the top 8, top 4, like Holland, Germany, Brazil, Argentina, you need to have both. You need to have the physical side of the game as well, the technical side of the game. So you can learn from each other. So hopefully that happens with
What prompted you to get involved?
Actually, when we used to have essentially my marketing when I was doing informal marketing, and we just kept in touch over the Facebook, and since I started the academy in Japan. And I thought, well, it would be good, it would be great if I can take these kids to Australia. But I didn't want to just take these kids and just play football out of the park. I wanted them to mix in with Australian kids and also to be billeted out to Australian families. And I did it. And every kid is billeted out to an Australian family. They spend the whole week there, eating their food, mixing with their cultures, sightseeing obviously, but living with different families and also in an English environment.
You've done it now for a couple of years. What changes have you seen in the kids that are entering the game?
Well, 30 now. Thank you. I've seen some players like all players just improve so much technically. Not just technical vision, how they play football. It's almost like a good player almost shoots the fist from above. I see these players, Australian players, doing that here, and I'm sure that the Heroes does a great job doing teaching them how it's not just like you can't teach them every game. You have to do the drills. Sometimes you have to explain it why we're doing this. Why we're doing things. We're not just passing for the sake of it. We're not just doing the drills or the footwork. It's all linked. It should be all linked to the game, and they have the same understanding to obviously how I want my kids to play, and some kids definitely the ones that listen of it, I guess, they seem to be improving and different play compared to last year.
We talk about these changes maybe at a higher level. We look at the national competitions, the A-League and J-League. We've seen a lot of Australian players going over playing not just in the first division, but jumping in the second division as well. But for players coming the other way, it's not so much. It's just the one player at Sydney FC. And firstly, I guess, why do you think it is? And two, would you like to see more maybe Japanese players playing stuff?
Why? I think it's one reason. They know about it, but obviously because the J-League players getting a higher wage, for them to move over to a different country, playing on a similar wage or a little bit less, probably it's not really interesting for them. They would rather go to Europe and like double what they're earning in J-League. But like you said, for players like maybe release by say a J1 club to come over and give it a go instead of going to Europe because they still being released by J1 club, obviously you haven't got much chance to play in Europe. But obviously we're doing good players to play J1, please to give it a go here. Definitely I would like to see more players having to go in the A-League. We'll go back to the stories so they communicate. I speak to a lot of J-League players, the current J-League players, and they just don't have that vision to play overseas. Younger players, thank you, but it's just not in their head to be, I have to speak English. I said, yes, if you want to play, it's going to communicate with coach and stuff and players. Of course you have to. For the first 3 months you might get away with it, but after 6 months you expect them to speak their own language. So, they like to do that, and I like to definitely see more players, more Japanese players playing the A-League.
Next speak to us in our
Thank you.
It's good.